What is going on, everyone? It's your guy Cole Jackson back here on Road Graders, brought to you today on the Russell Street Report, courtesy of DNL Tinting. Go check out dltinting.com for all your window tinting, headlight restoration, and car detailing needs. dltinting.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I think was the key. I think we all know this was the key. It was the halftime adjustments made by Todd Monken. Largely associated with what sounded like a fiery takeover in the locker room from Lamar Jackson, well covered, where he was quite passionate about the offensive changes that need to be made, and they came out in the second half and walked the walk. Just phenomenal. So what I want to do is show you guys what the Texans were doing, why it was working. They were using a 72% blitz rate. That's basically blitzing constantly. And disguising them really well, very reminiscent of a Wink Martindale defense. And it just took some adjustments. And so we're going to take a look at what they did well, then what the Ravens did well. Let's get into it. So start off with this first play here. This play really shows the creativity that they were using up front. So they get a 3-tech here, a 6-tech that's over top of the tight end, and then they're basically going to both cut in. And so by doing that, you're trying to cross the face of the offensive lineman and pull them to the right. And then they snuck Christian Harris. He started pre-snap here. He works his way here. And it looks like he's going to be over top of Isaiah Likely, but he comes on a blitz. And so you can see right there, the two defensive linemen, as they cross face, they're going to pull Simpson and Stanley, and that creates a free rush opportunity. So that's where that comes from. And, that's just good creativity. So as you can see, they cross the face. Christian Harris now coming down. Lamar with a hell of a throw, just right off his back foot. So anticipating that rush from his blind side. So this is one of those things. Everyone was talking about the offensive line playing poorly. This is just a well-schemed free rusher. The Ravens do this. They've been doing this for years. So I give nothing but respect when I see something like that. So let's take a look at the other way they designed some of these looks. You're going to see the delayed blitz from Harris again here at the linebacker position. So as they do that, the offensive line actually adjusts pretty well. Gus is going to chip and then run out into the flats. So you see right there how he's going to chip aggressively on Ronnie's man and then get out into the flats. And, this was well picked up. You got 5-man protection against a 5-man pressure. Everyone's blocking someone. Ball's got to get out. But, these are pretty deep. Like the first read is here. I know you're going to see Kolar run a curl here, but first reads are down here, and look how deep these routes are. You're going to get a nice little jam at the line, then you're getting a 9, and this is going to be a post over. So he gets jammed, and then he's going to run a post. So that was the first read, was trying to look to his left. And then, obviously Gus leaking out here. That's your check down man. So I would have liked to have seen the check down get taken there. So I think this is one of those situations where I'd like to see some better play calls in the first half, but also when there are check downs right there, Lamar's still in his drop. Nobody's open downfield. Everybody's blanketed. That curl's already been covered. Again, he was reading left side first, so not as concerned about that. I don't think that's a missed read. I think he's going through his progressions to the left side, but he's got to hit that check down. And instead, ball gets held, and then we end up with the throwaway to the right rather than a completion to the left. So just one of those things, right? So Todd Monken has to call plays with checkdowns worked into them. Lamar has to take them. Simple as that. Here we get into another play. Lamar's forced to step up. And, it just, again, we get another check down off of a chip here. So you're going to see pre-snap. I believe that's Cole. It's Kolar or Likely. I can't tell which one. So he's going to chip and then go out into the flat. And you're going to have, again, deep developing routes, right? So Lamar's already back in his drop. He's stepping up, and you're getting basically deep crossers. Like, this felt very Greg Roman-y with the play calling. Like, the main reads where he's trying to push the ball downfield because that's how they wanted to attack them was, downfield, and Lamar ends up taking the sack there. So again, I'd like to see better plays called, but when you get the chip and out there, it is Likely. There's your check down man right there, right? So it's one of those things where it's it's not always one person's fault. And, it's not just the play calling. It's not just Lamar Jackson. It's not just the O-line. It's a combination of things. And that's what I try and show on this channel, because I think it's so important. It's a complex game. You got 11 players versus 11 players. It's never usually just one player's fault, unless you have really bad quarterback play. So here we get into another one. I'm going to show you both angles on this, because this was an O-line failure, no doubt about that. So you're going to see the free rusher coming through here. But again, Lamar's at the top of his drop. Everybody's back is to the ball. Deep developing routes. Still at this point, Lamar's getting hit and Aguilar is just breaking. So the line of scrimmage was at their 25, and Aguilar didn't turn until almost the 40. So this is what I mean, right? Like, it's a combination of things. So there's no check down. Like, there's literally no check down because Justice Hill stays into block, and you have 4 receivers with their back to the ball. And then if you take a look at the offensive line, I don't know what's going on with John Simpson here. He's got a guy head up on him. He's also got 2 edge players out here. Looks like they call the protection for Hill to go to the right because he does it immediately. And then you end up getting the Cashman bailing out, and Linderbaum and Simpson are doubling. Now, that's not on Linderbaum to me, because Linderbaum would overtake that man from the pre-snap, right? Based on this, he's going to cross his face. That's his man. Simpson's going to read him first. If he comes, that's his man. And then you're going to have the extra rusher here. That goes to the QB if Hill's read is that way. So as Hill steps that way, Cashman bails out. Simpson has to at least go left to get at that man. Simpson just completely misses the read. Simpson had a very poor outing in the first half. You guys saw it in my Ronnie video earlier. So just wanted to show this because this was bad O-line play in my opinion. Free rusher up the middle. But also you saw the routes, right? There's no check down. There's nowhere to throw it. So it's just something they got to do better. Now fast forward to the second half. So everybody's gone into the locker room. The evil genius sat down with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson fired up, and they came up with a completely different game plan where it wasn't just checkdowns. It was getting the ball out quick and using plays that had quicker first reads. So as we saw in those first 4 plays, the first read was almost always downfield. That was the game plan they came in with. Let's push the ball downfield. Let's attack their safeties. The weakness of the Texans defense has been the middle of the field. We saw that it was the only place actually that the Browns had any success against them. Heavy tight end usage. Isaiah Likely, I don't even believe logged a target in the first half, and he came out of the second half and was on fire. So let's look at the plays they used to do that. We're going to start here with just beautiful quick out. You got Isaiah Likely lined up right here. He's just going to run a quick out, and they're going to bring the pressure. You see the linebacker coming there. That creates Likely versus a linebacker, and that's just easy money. And then Likely gives a stiff arm and ends up taking that for some yak. So see what I mean? Just that's a quick concept. You go back to the other plays, they had some checkdowns off at chips, but they didn't have a quick route, really. And the first read wasn't the quick route. And that's really the key to me. It's not just there was a slant on the play. It's what was the first read, what was the second read, and were they quick hitting routes when you're getting beat by the blitz. So here we get into another play. Watch the top of your screen. We're going to get a nice little quick slant. And this is just, again, quick little blitz beater. You got the linebacker coming to as the 5th man right there. He's coming from this space. That's exactly where the slant's going. You're going to get manned up here and just right into the vacated space from that linebacker. Lamar throws into the blitz, which is exactly what you have to do. Easy completion to Bateman. Just easy work here. Another one, same thing. Zay Flowers, he's going to come in. He's going to cut. They're bringing the pressure from this side. So there's your 5th man coming. Offensive line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ronnie over here, just perfectly picked up. They got an extra man coming here. That's Lamar's man. Lamar throws into where the blitzing linebacker came from and hits Zay Flowers. Joystick tries to make a little something happen, ends up getting tackled, but just easy blitz beaters. And the more you hit plays like that, the less they're going to be able to blitz because you're throwing it right into where their blitzer came from. Makes you think twice. Get into another one here. You see the pressure coming from 2 spots. So they're bringing a 6-man rush. And Lamar hits the check down. Just easy completion to Justice Hill. No one's able to cover him. You got the little pseudo pick here, and just easy completion to Justice Hill, who exposes the sideline up for a first down. You're going to drag Hill in here, and you're going to go right back to Justice Hill, get out there, pick up a first down. Running back checkdowns, just some of the easiest plays you can have when you got a player like Justice Hill who has a little bit of juice out of the backfield, right? So just, again, taking what's there. This is just Lamar to me. Taking what the defense gives him, making easy completions. And here we get, right, another one to Zay Flowers. So same thing. So you're going to get the blitzer from Jalen Petrie. The blitzer came from this area. Look where the ball gets thrown. Right into where Jalen Petrie came from. Throwing into the blitz. Zay makes someone miss. I thought he was taking that to the house, not going to lie to you. So, it's pretty clear there. I think we very clearly see the game plan adjustment and the processing from Lamar Jackson, which was very impressive. Throwing into the blitz is one of the keys because you're throwing into vacated space. But one of the keys is Todd Monking organizing his plays, his first, his second reads to be in those areas in the middle of the field. Getting a guy like Isaiah Likely more involved. That's how you beat the blitz. It took them a half to adjust, but when they did, they completely picked apart the Houston Texans defense. So a thing of beauty, attacking that middle of the field. Can't wait to dive in and see what the Chiefs want to do, and if that's going to be an area they can attack. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. What was the key to this game for you guys? I want to hear from you. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.